Hey guys, welcome to the video. This video is for the week 4 Grandmaster Nightfall, the Broodhold, during season of the hunt. So first off, I'm on my hunter, stasis subclass, show you the frags I used. So we got Whisper of Fissures, which increases the size and the explosion radius of the stasis crystals when you destroy an enemy. Whisper of Hedrons gives you increased weapon damage after freezing and destroying an enemy, as well as Duskfield Grenade. Okay, primary weapon, Pulse Rifle. I have Sacred Provenance. It's a great weapon. Got Armor Piercing, Rapid Hit, Head Seeker, with a reload masterwork and a counterbalance stock. This is a 4-shot pulse rifle, which drops out of the 3rd encounter in the Garden of Salvation raid. Secondary weapon's going to be Adorned. It's the seasonal sniper rifle, triple tap and Vorpal with boss spec. This rifle is available to everybody this season. All you have to do is complete the seasonal quest for it. With boss spec, I was precision hitting the final boss for about 17.9, so almost 18,000 damage a shot. Heavy slot, Anarchy, because it's Anarchy. If you were unable to go get this weapon during Scourges of the Past from farming it, just put in the effort, grind out your spoils, and go buy it from the tower, because it's an amazing heavy and it's going to benefit you. Okay, gear mods. Got Taking Charge on my cloak. Pick up an Orb of Light, become charged with light. Boots. Got Intervention and Recuperation. So Recuperation, I pick up an orb and I gain health. Intervention, pick up an Orb of Light and I get grenade ability energy as well as high energy fire. Chest. There is a couple of snipers, so I went sniper damage resistance and then all the AoE damage, so you want concussive dampener. And I have supercharged so that I can have 5 stacks of charged with light versus 3. Arms, just anti-barrier pulse and shield break. So anytime I broke an Arknight's shield, I got charged with light. The big thing with hunters and the stasis is going to be your helmet. It's the newest exotic for this season called Mask of Bacchus. I just had Grenade Launcher Finder and Sniper Finder. Pretty basic. But the perk for Mask of Bacchus, when paired with your stasis subclass, is awesome. So it takes away your dodge and gives you a shift instead. Except after you shift, you gain an increase to weapon damage for all arc weapons. So for this loadout, I have Adorned and Anarchy, which are both arc. As well as when you shift, you gain an increase to weapon damage against any frozen or slowed target. So if you have stasis on and you got your little shuriken, you throw that, slow some thralls, shift, gain an increase to weapon damage against them. Same when you throw your Ice Nade or your Duskfield. Anything you slow or freeze, you shift, combo in for that increased damage. Alright, that's my loadout, so let's get after it. Alright guys, so right off the bat when you start, If the public event flag is about to start, definitely swing over and grab that flag on the right side. Yes, you do start with full heavy ammo, but it'll give you your super. Might help you shave a couple minutes off your timer. Just grab that flag, get your super, run inside. Those starter bosses, if you know the strike, they don't count towards your timer or your reses, but they can damage you pretty fast, and if you die, you're going to be waiting to respawn and you're just going to be wasting time. Right off the bat, I would suggest taking out the Vandal snipers, because the servitor that's right here, the barrier servitor, he will shield him, like you can see right there. He's shielding that right one. So me and the other two guys on my fire team, we all had anarchies. I had a sniper. Both of them had pulse rifles and hand cannons. So we had 2 unstoppable hand cannons, 3 pulses, 1 sniper, 3 anarchies. And it was 2 hunters and 1 sentinel titan. So like you can see with that right sniper, if the barrier servitor starts shielding him, it can be kind of difficult to get rid of him. Once he's not getting shielded, get him right away. If you're good with your shots on anarchy, you can tag that ogre, which is what I'm doing, from that tunnel, from the start. And then one of your unstoppable hand cannons just stuns him, and you're just going to melt him before you even get close. Shift your focus after the ogre to the barrier servitor. If he does fall down underneath the bridge and disappear, don't worry about it, because he will re-pop up in the middle of that bridge and you can finish him off. So right here on the right side, back behind that second unstoppable ogre, there is going to be a resilient acolyte who's a void sniper, and he will one-shot you. So if you have a rifle or a scout or something like that, or a pulse, get rid of him before you move on this second ogre. You can see he's up there on the bridge now and my teammate's taking him out. So the modifier this week is incoming void damage and environmental damage, but I got hurt pre-boss fight. I got hurt more by the acolyte's fire grenades and the barrier champion's arc boomers, way more than I took void damage. In here you're going to have the exploders. In a couple attempts before this, we were having an exploder who was dropping out of the roof, and he was dropping behind us and exploding right away. It would generally kill one of us. So when you go into this first tunnel with the exploders, just be cautious, because he might drop out of the roof right behind you.
Detecting elevated levels of ether in that night.
So when you have 3 anarchies, you're gonna run out of heavy ammo pretty fast. Make sure that one of your fire team members has the seasonal artifact mod, Spoils of War. And what that does is it allows whoever has got that equipped, it will generate special and heavy ammo for your entire fire team when you finish a champion. So throughout this strike, you'll see our guy who has Spoils of War on continually runs up and finishes the champions when he can, and keeps generating us heavy bricks so that we always have Anarchy ammo. So coming into this room, like you guys saw, you want to take out those right side Vandal snipers, which is what I did, and then shift your focus to the left side Barrier Knight. Clean out whatever little trash mobs are in between. There's going to be one Acolyte Sniper, and then another Barrier Knight in the back. Going into this section, naturally there would be an Arc Fallen Captain right there. Sometimes the Thralls will actually kill him for you, and you won't even have to worry about him. You could see there, he wasn't there because the Thralls killed him for us. Now, going into this room, stay back, don't drop down yet. Those two Acolytes I'm looking at right now will throw fire grenades at you, so get rid of them. And then get rid of your witches. There's only 2 of them in this entire room, so get rid of these witches before you move forward. You can see right there, he threw that one Acolyte, threw a fire nade at us. Just take these guys out from a distance. Don't even have to worry about them. Then what you're going to do is you're going to want to go left. There is an unstoppable ogre back there. If you place your shots right, you can hit him with Anarchy, and it will abate him out if he starts taking the burn damage. And then just have one of your unstoppables just ready to stagger him right away. You might have to move up. I was unsuccessful there in getting him to bait out, but if you can get him to bait before you have to move up towards him, you'll save a res token, and you might save yourself a little time. If you're not having any success, bait him out, just move up on him. Just make sure you always have an unstoppable shot ready, because he will charge you. I kind of jumped in there and got stomped. Then all you have left on this left side is the barrier. So a wave of adds is going to spawn every time you kill the barrier. As you know, with this strike, you have to take the 3 worms and you have to detonate the pillars to summon the boss. When you detonate a pillar using a worm, it won't spawn adds. It'll only spawn adds when you've killed one of the knights. I don't think there's any real, like, rotation for dropping the knights, or dropping the worms. I just tend to go for the one that's open. So then, After that first one's done, you have that entire left side of the room clear. Just focus on clearing the rest of the room of acolytes before you attempt to move into that bottom half or right side of the room. So once the room's clean of all the acolytes, you can begin to move up on this barrier knight here, which will drop your second worm charge. And as you can see, like I was saying, we killed the knight and an ad wave spawned. It's always going to be thralls, couple of exploders, or as popcorn as I like to call them, and then an arc knight. Once the wave is clear, we have one guy, he picked up the worm right there, he's going to deposit it. If you try to move into this lower half from the left side, you're going to get wrecked. Because there's two Arc Knights, a couple of Acolytes, and another barrier on the right side of the room in the back. So my advice would be to drop this left Knight first, get rid of him, and then split your team. So we got the Arc Knight, or we got the Barrier Knight right there, and now I'm going to the right side while my other two are on the left. And I'm just sitting from a safe distance right here and picking off whatever adds I can, helping to break the Arc Knight shields. You can see our other hunter threw his Ice Nado on them to keep them frozen. Once we drop that barrier, another wave of ads spawns. So there's going to be a barrier knight up here when you go to drop that third worm. You do not have to kill him. Once you've deposited that third worm and you summon the boss, she will actually kill him. But if you're in need of that res token, just do some damage to the barrier knight like I just did there. I tagged him with Anarchy, our guy deposited the worm, boss is going to explode out of the ground, and you can see from our score we got credit for that barrier knight kill even though we didn't kill him. You're just going to do a little bit of damage to her, make her run away. So in this boss fight, you don't need to be worried about the solar portion of her as much as the void. Just gonna damage her a little bit, make her scream and run away. In the event that you've never done this strike before, when she does her fire gaze or her fire nova gaze, just get behind cover. That's all you need to do, is just get behind some form of cover, she sends it out, and you don't take any damage. After you send her away, you drop down, keep moving forward. So right at the end of this tunnel, stay at the start of the tunnel and make the ogre come to you. This whole section's going to be from range. Our Unstoppable's ready. We tag him with Anarchy. Our Unstoppable hits him once he's looking at us, and we just melt him. going to be some thralls, and then your shriekers. It is incoming void damage, so the shriekers will absolutely destroy you. That's why I would recommend having one sniper on your team at least for this section right here. You're going to want to get the shriekers, and then once you move up a little bit in the back of the room, there will be 3 acolyte snipers. Since I'm the one with the sniper rifle, I take out the acolytes and the shriekers. Once all 3 snipers are dead, you can move up a little bit. Just when that shrieker opens, you want to make sure you grab that shrieker. There's 2 shriekers down, so we can move forward and start working on our barrier knights or champions. So definitely go the right side champion first, because he's more open. But when you're attacking the right side, you have a little bit of cover from the left side. Once right's down, move to the left champion. Like I was saying, I took way more damage this entire strike from the fire nades that the acolytes throw and the arc damage from the boomers than I did any void damage. Once you've cleared those champions and you're at this bridge, the boss comes out in shadow form. During this boss fight, the shadow form is going to be the most dangerous. She casts an AoE on the ground that it won't one-shot you, but you will start to take a little bit of damage, and then after like a 5-second delay, I think, spikes will shoot out of the ground, and the spikes will one-shot you. So you just want to bait everything to the bridge. Our other hunter threw his ice NATO to slow down all those thralls and exploders that are going to come up the bridge. Once all the trash mobs are cleared, just focus fire on one of the ogres and get him out of the way. If you do have somebody with Spoils of War mod on, save the second ogre for them and allow them to finish them and generate special ammo and heavy ammo for the entire team before you move into the boss fight. You can actually see our guy with spoils right there moving up to get in range so that you can finish him at the right time. He's just sticking to the cover and then moving up. And after those 2 ogres, we're going to move into the boss room and the boss fight. Right at the start, you have to get the barrier knight to drop the worm. I lost that fist fight right there. Again, this will be your last champion before the boss fight, so if you need any ammo, allow your guy with spoils to finish him off. So, he deposits the worm and we begin our boss fight. I think we entered the boss room right around 19 minutes. We have plenty of revives, plenty of time. I had full anarchy at this point, and I was much more worried about her shadow form over her solar form. So I kind of saved my anarchy and just tried to use primary and secondary on her. Right there, her fire nova. Just make sure you're behind cover. Won't do any damage to you. I actually got really lucky right here because she fired Nova and I had thralls behind me, and I got that dodge off just in time to get behind cover before the fire Nova hit me and wiped. Our guy that was dead right there that I just rezzed, he was watching and he was like, "Dang, dude." that was some good skill right there. I was pretty happy with it, but we're just going to continue into the boss fight. After you've dropped her one bar, she'll split and she'll change to her void mode, where she will start casting those AoEs. I waited specifically right here because when she does change forms, she will spawn in a wave. You'll know the wave is about to come because there will be a little notifier on your screen. And I was saving my super or my ice NATO specifically for that wave. Unfortunately, I was trying to kill them while they were frozen, and the boss happened to be over there at the same time, and I couldn't see her through all the ice. But the faster you clear those waves, the more time and breathing room that you're going to have. She does spawn a barrier knight, I believe, when she goes into shadow form. I didn't see the barrier knight. I know he does spawn. I took out the smaller trash mobs with my super, and my team handled the barrier knight. Constantly be moving. That void spikes, her AoE void spike attack is going to get you every time. Oh, there's the barrier right there. I guess we didn't finish him off yet. I mean, we entered the boss room with like 18 reses in 10 minutes, so as long as you get there with a decent amount of time in reses, you should be completely fine. Just make sure you're getting your teammates up as soon as it's possible. Down goes the barrier, And then once you've dropped her another section of health down to a quarter left, she'll split and you will have the Void and the Fire boss at the same time. I would definitely take out the Void first. She is the most dangerous. That's what me and the team focused. We focused her specifically. Once the Void was down, we were able to just kind of take as much time as we needed on the solar version. As well, once you kill one or the other, whether you kill Void first or Solar first, she will spawn in an unstoppable champion. So be ready for an unstoppable ogre. I accidentally got caught out right there. I was looking for the ogre and I got caught out in her fire nova. Still had plenty of res tickets and plenty of time.
Spider, we cleared off the nest.
My teammates right there were actually able to finish her off and kill her right before they rezzed me, so. But you can see, got 2 golf balls, completed our Broodhold with our 100k, as well as the Grandmaster, and we also got Platinum for killing all champions. And that's it. That is the Broodhold on Grandmaster difficulty for Season of the Hunt. Hope you guys can find this video useful, and I will see you next week.